For KASM Radio, I'm Farm Director Joe Gill. We are past June Dairy Month. We're already into August. The summer's floating on by, and we have the Princess K of the Milky Way here near Garden City. And a big day here as we get a chance to meet Sonny Perdue. It should be an interesting day.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to meet him.
Haley, what's this summer been like? Heck, what has the whole year been like as Princess K?
It's been busy. It's been exciting. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a year to remember, that is for sure.
What are some of the highlights have you had during the year?
12 days at the state fair. It's really hard to beat that, but I've been able to meet some Vikings football players. I've been able to interact with elementary students and teach them all about dairy, and I get to meet people like Sonny Perdue. So it's been a really great year, and a lot has happened, so I can't just choose one thing to have as a highlight.
Talk about some of your dairy message you've had during the year. Obviously, you have a lot of impact with the kids, as you mentioned. Just kind of talk about what your message has been like.
Yeah, well, I think one thing that's really important to share is the fact that milk has 9 essential nutrients. No other food has that many essential nutrients, so it's incredibly good for you to have in your diet every single day. So just really covering some of the great nutritional, impactful things that milk and other dairy foods has is what I really like to focus on.
So we got past the May event. We got 12 finalists. We're just, 3 weeks away or so. Have you had a chance to interact at all with the 12 finalists at all?
I was able to meet them all at May event, and they all seem like phenomenal young ladies who would all represent our industry quite well. But other than that, I'm going to see them as they're going through their judging process and crowning them, and hopefully a little bit at the state fair too.
Do you even remember what that was like, or your nerves a year ago at all?
Oh, that was an interesting time, a very interesting time. I remember it very vividly.
How's everything back on the home farm for you guys?
Everything's good. Everything's good. My dad and brother, they are so amazing for being able to milk cows while I'm off traveling across the entire state. But life is good. It's always challenging, but it's always worth it.
You mentioned travel. I know besides dairy, you had a chance to travel on a mission trip. How exciting. Where'd you all go? I
actually went to India. Yeah, it was quite a different country. They let their cows just wander in the middle of the street, and it took me a while to kind of get used to that. Not something you see in America.
Any advice you have for these 12 finalists as you lead up to the big Princess K ceremony? If they're all watching or listening, any advice for these young women?
Be yourself. You can't lose.
I like that. Can't beat that in the dairy industry. Hey, they have some ice cream here today, right?
Yeah, they do. Root beer floats. They're really good.
Really good. Warm day, beautiful day, as USDA Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue will be here. This is the home place, the farm of Minnesota Farm Bureau President Kevin Paap. So we'll have more details later here on KASM Radio. Haley, thanks again for joining me. Nice to see you as always, okay?
Good to see you.
You bet. For KASM Radio, I'm Farm Director Joe Gill from near Lake Crystal, Minnesota.